Hey everybody, and welcome back. We are into halfway through our 4th session for our 48-hour D&D Extra Life stream. We are at how much donations now?
I believe it is 62,000, almost 268. Thank you, Sean.
Very specific.
Yes. Yes,
I used to be asking you that question.
Oh gosh.
We're trying to keep it up to date as much as we can. We've had a few donations roll in, but definitely things have slowed down a little for the night, so we're going to try and pick it up a bit. We've got some cool things to give away this hour. And we also just want to emphasize that we still have a whole host of things available. We still have all the comic books that are posted on our donation page, as well as miniatures,
Yep.
clothing.
Yeah, we have clothing, miniatures, books, comic books, audiobooks, all the kinds of books. We have digital
audiobooks,
games.
right? Yeah, we have Sword Coast Legends. We still have a couple copies of the deluxe edition of that, as well as some of the regular version of it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I've been thinking about, and maybe you guys in the chat can tell me if you like this idea, is we might bundle some of these things together, put them at like maybe a $50 and $100 donation thresholds, and then you get like a surprise mix of things, but overall we'll give you more than you'd just get individually. So let us know if that's a cool idea, and we can kind of maybe work that out. It can be a bit of a mystery loot crate kind of thing.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then I think we're going to welcome on one of the players, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Hello. How's it going?
Good.
Why don't you come a little bit closer to us?
Get friendly.
Cozy.
Yeah.
Yep. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I've been told by the chat that I have a tendency to actually move a little forward, so we can actually just talk like this. Yeah.
Fine with this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lording.
All right. We have such a nice scenery
No, I
back
like
here.
the
It's easy
set.
to get
It's nice.
lost.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So how are things going so far?
Great. It's awesome. I actually signed up for the midnight hour because it's an endurance challenge, and you only see that at midnight. So I'm like, I want that slot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a good way to see it. So you're holding up just fine?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Cool.
And you haven't had any coffee yet, I know.
No, but I'm pretty well caffeinated out there.
Okay, yeah. And I think Rodney's the only person that's partaking of the coffee so far, so he has like an entire tankard to himself.
Yeah, but he's also been doing this for like 19 hours straight. So
About that, yeah.
22 and a half hours straight.
No exaggerating whatsoever.
The number's
No.
just going to keep getting larger and more.
Until we actually convince him to do another session.
He'll be here all 48 hours.
Yeah.
at
You can
that
do
point.
Yeah.
it right now if you donate. It'll stay on. And no. He's like sleepy.
So you just moved up to Seattle recently, right?
Yeah,
right?
totally. I love it up here. I came up in the summertime. Everyone told me, "Oh, it's so dreary and it's gray and it's you're gonna." It was crystal clear blue and
please don't
amazing.
say that. Don't say
it's
that. We don't-
horrible
no,
here.
It is awful.
It rains all
all
summer.
the time. It's Ravenloft.
There are
Yes.
lies, but it's beautiful. It's like
Yes, it's
like
dismal
crystal
and
clear
gray.
blue and
Yeah.
green everywhere.
And also ruled over by vampires,
Yep.
like Ravenloft.
Yeah.
Well, although with global warming, everyone's coming up here anyway, so get used to it.
Well, you can't
Yeah.
encourage it. It's
Well,
terrible
I mean,
behavior.
the South is just going to turn into like Fury Road, crazy deserts of desolation.
I
Actually,
could be
that-
fine with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I could
Yeah.
be really fine.
Actually, I'm okay with that too. But yeah, it's fun. I like it up here.
Since you're really into tabletop games
Yes.
and you kind of follow that stuff, obviously we're
I
all
do.
kind of into tabletop games.
Sure.
Do you have a favorite right now, or recommendation that you want to share with folks?
For gaming wise, I would say I'm very big into communication games. So games like Codename is really good. Codenames
I've
are
heard
great.
of it. I haven't
Yeah,
played it yet.
basically it's by Czech Games. It's a 5x5 grid of words, and it's a communication game. So like, let's say you're on my team, and I have like a little grid, and I'm trying to get you to say these words on my grid without giving it away to them, but I can only say it with one word. I'm trying to make these connections between all the words on the board. So it's like this very lateral thinking, really nice communication game. I highly
probably
recommend
would.
it. Yeah, you.
We're
No,
on
you
the
guys
team.
would love it. It's great.
Right now, any type of thinking, lateral or otherwise, does not sound very appealing. There is no thought happening.
No, well, yeah. At midnight,
There-
yeah, at PAX, I was playing it with my friend Elisa, and she was super tired. I'm like, Elisa, you just gave a clue for the wrong word. Like, come on, like let's do this. But no, it's a great game. I love that one. Of course, all tabletop games are great. Just depends on the group.
Yeah.
But
That's so true.
Have you, do you have any role-playing game sessions going on up here right now?
I don't. Yeah,
to
I'm
get
really
you
sad.
stuff.
Like, yes, please.
Well, you know that guy over there. I'm pointing at Rodney, by the way. So.
Yeah, I want in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of groups going on down in LA, and it's been kind of sad, like last couple months. And you don't really realize how much role playing is part of your life until you're not in it,
Yeah.
you know. And so it's nice. And I know Brolani's kind of a joke character. He was actually a villain in one of the games I ran, and the characters hated him because he was such a jerk. So I was like, oh no, that guy's coming back.
Well, maybe this will give you the itch again, or it sounds like you already got the itch, but it'll get you going. So
Yeah.
we're glad to have you
Yeah,
on the stream.
I love it.
got
And
some
you guys
D&D.
should play too. I know someone like, so I teach at DigiPen, and some of the students there were asking about Dungeons and Dragons, and I just gave them the whole story of where it came from and all this kind of stuff. And so it's nice to kind of inspire a new generation. I started gaming a long time ago, and so it's good to like give back.
Yeah, who would have imagined that even 5 years ago we'd be running a 48-hour stream of Dungeons and Dragons to live, almost 1,000 live viewers.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, well, thanks for joining us.
Sure.
And we'll get you back in the game shortly.
Okay,
Thanks.
good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so for our new donations, we have some Dice Masters.
Dice Masters. This is what we have. We have a lot of,
But we're not going to do those individually.
yeah,
Yeah, because there's like a lot in
like,
here.
yeah. There's probably around 80, maybe.
In fact, if you donate, we have been putting some of the booster packs of the Dice Masters game in here. So a little bit of, no, don't open it. It's going to come spilling out.
Greg always
All right,
yells
Pandora.
at me. This is
Um,
everything.
uh, Okay, so a little bit about Dice Masters. It's been done by our great partners, WizKids. It's actually based on a game they did for Marvel, where you're kind of pitting dice as characters and powers against one another. One of the cool things is you can actually like interchange like D&D characters with Marvel characters, or just fight up sort of straight D&D. You're rolling dice and taking on another person, life total 20. Cool game, yeah. We have starter sets that we're going to be giving away at a donation threshold of $20. And then if you are already a Dice Masters fan, or you just want to really dive in,
Also, Christmas
Dice
presents.
in.
Christmas present. Oh my gosh.
face
dice.
first,
Oh, no.
dice in deeps,
Dyson.
the deeps,
Oh.
no,
I
dice
feel like
into
you're
the
talking
deep
about
side of
vacuum
the.
cleaners now. Is it a vacuum?
Yeah,
Dyson?
Dyson is, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I prefer sharks.
Well,
That's not the official WotC
are you
standpoint,
like
though.
a vacuum cleaner connoisseur?
No, actually, I bought a new one in my new home, and I was using it. I was just like, "Have you seen these ones?" It's like, no, okay. We're not going to talk about vacuums because we want people to keep watching.
Okay, excuse us. I really want to know about your vacuum
All
cleaning.
right, we'll have a separate discussion.
Okay.
I think that when we reach the point where we talk about vacuums in the intermission,
Vacuums
we're
are
probably
cool.
done and ready to get back to the group.
They're pretty cool vacuum things. Anyway, Dice Master starter set and Dice Master box. Cool Christmas present idea.
$20, $100,
Yep. Cool.
and the details will be on the page.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone. to give it to Rodney, actually.
What did I get?
Oh.
Donated what to me?
Are you
Robert.
playing in the next spot? Is that what
Give
just
Rodney
happened?
a floating wisp with the voice of Peter Dinklebot.
Ah, the Dinklebot. Got it.
Yeah, that was meant
Nice.
for you. From
That was
Robert.
meant for me. Yeah.
Good old Robert. Thank you, Robert.
Sorry,
give him
Robert.
some more.
The Dinklebot thing was it's a Destiny reference, so that's
If it
for
makes you feel better, Robert, Rodney really was the one who used it.
I-
With
that's
the
actually
mechanics
true.
of my character.
That's actually true.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I did that awesome thing where I was like, no, listen, Erik, let me tell you how to play your character.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
And we all
Just
huddle
what that
around.
little
Yes,
bot
tell
does.
us.
it's 39 damage. Like you crit that thing like a boss, right?
Exactly. And that was
Yes.
thanks to Robert.
And
Robert is the
he-
MVP of our
Yeah.
of that particular combat.
Gold star, man.
So you have just called Tally-Ho out to a little Svirfneblin that was puttering around this boulder area, and he looks like this. Okay, so
With the bow tie.
with the bow tie.
Polka dot bow tie.
And
Looks a bit like an otter. What's going on there?
he does look like another.
Aw.
Well, you know,
I mean, they all
we're
look
all
all gnomes look the same.
The Underdark's creatures. So anyway,
Racist.
so he was puttering around,
Rodney's the worst.
and you called out to him, and he asking hey, have you seen a bugbear?
Yeah, yeah.
He turns and looks at you, and kind of does a slow blink, and calls back, "Are you invited?"
I say, oh gosh, what's that behind you?
And he does a slow spin.
And I fall for it also. I look. I'm just like, what?
I'm gonna give my illusion outfit back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was nothing. But yeah, I'm invited. See?
No, what was it?
And he turns back around and he slow blinks again. Where did your friend go?
What
Which
friend?
friend?
The one that was naked.
What?
There was no naked person.
Are you invited?
Yes.
Okay, so he,
Yeah, there's a bunch of us. We're totally invited to this thing.
Gnome party.
Yeah. We're
All
all
right.
gnomes. I'm trying. I'm gonna use some
Maybe
deception.
illusion him into a gnome.
no,
I'm
okay.
trying to use some deception here. I'm very good at this skill.
So, this Svirfneblin kind of dawdles towards you a little bit, so about halfway between the rocky outcrop and where you're standing, kind of there at the edge of the trees, and says, "You were late. Come."
Totally.
We follow. What are you guys doing?
We're hanging out
Well,
by the
come on,
trees.
guys,
We're
let's
like,
go. Oh, sorry. Sorry,
I'm
sound.
a +1. I be a +1. Sorry. Yeah, that's pirate there, guys.
all right, yeah.
All
I'm
right.
still dressed nice.
We're all coming forward.
Okay, so your party
Yep.
comes and
Probably do my hair.
he
Hold
kind
on
of
a
waddles
second.
backwards
There we go.
towards the big rock that he kind of came around, and then turns and kind of keeps looking at you and slowly
got us in,
beckons.
guys.
His eyes do this weird thing where they're either open or they're slowly closing, opening, but for the most part they're just open, a little dazed. And he makes his way back and goes around that large boulder.
Okay.
So,
We
do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's being controlled by some sort of magic.
Do an Arcana check.
What? No, dude. I just totally talked our way into this place.
I don't really know much about magic. I've just seen my mother do a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
That
be
was not
thinking-
magic. That was just me talking, man.
I be thinking.
Did you do something?
I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
do you be
right.
thinking
Sorry,
there?
I must have missed it.
So, I be thinking he be under the sway of some magical formal wear. That bow tie be addling his brain.
I reach for my jaunty hat and take it off.
Can I
It
detect
didn't help,
magic
did it?
with a spell?
Yeah. Okay. So you
doesn't work.
you detect that there is an aura around this Svirfneblin, and he is definitely magic in some way, but it's not like a spell that's been cast.
Is he
It's
candy
more like
coated
something
also?
that's emanating from him.
From him or from the bow tie? I can tell with detect magic.
Sure. So it is centralized in the bow tie.
Okay.
But it's also just kind of permeating. It's like that's where it's the strongest, and also his hands.
And you can pick up a school of magic with
What?
detect
Yeah.
magic.
What kind of school of magic is it?
It's not necessarily school of magic. It's dark
Okay.
and
Control-y?
yes.
Okay.
Some sort of enchantment, maybe.
Yes. I think it's some sort of enchantment, maybe.
All right.
Right.
So he makes his way around the boulder, and you follow. And around the back of the boulder, kind of nestled between another one that kind of goes even taller, is this crack in the rock. And he stops at the crack and beckons you to come in and enter.
Okay.
It's it's about 10 feet high. The crack is, so it's not small.
The hot cold feeling, are we still
It's
feeling
really
hot?
warm now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're feeling really warm. And your hands are pretty
Onward.
warm to the touch.
Okay.
Yeah, who are we to reject an
continue.
invitation?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, axe.
Okay, so you've got an
Got
axe
rid of my
out.
hat, and I'm armed with an axe now.
You know, I thought that was just the way you normally smell.
No, he covered himself in axe. Okay. I see what you did there.
You're welcome, product placement.
Yeah, you said Cheetos earlier.
So what happens is he, as you all pass through the crack, he beckons you to enter. He does not go ahead of you. And as you pass, he stops you on and kind of taps your arm
like-
and says, "Worry not, your attire may be changed." Go forth.
Well, they have like dinner jackets for you to check out from the code check.
They're like magical enslave your will dinner jackets.
You're going to get a bow tie.
So just like
like
normal dinner
we're
jackets.
all gonna get bow ties.
But he beckons you to continue.
I'm really hoping for a cravat.
As you, those that enter first, what's the order? It's the crack that you're going through. It's pretty tall, but it's only comfortably wide enough for one person at a time.
I probably am closer to the back because I don't have dark vision, so I'm kind of having to tag along with you guys.
Right. So you're
fine
still
getting-
glowing,
Okay.
and
Probably you first.
I'm fine with
'cause
going
you were
first.
interacting
Okay.
Yeah.
with him the most.
okay,
Yeah.
And I'll come somewhere after you.
Okay.
all right.
And you're probably next to
So-
me.
Yeah.
Yep, there, and
I'll
then
go
fourth. Okay, and you're kind of there at the end.
That's my job.
And as you pass, the Sverfneblin pats you on the back reassuringly.
Sure.
Oh, are you human?
Yeah.
And once you enter this crack, you're in a tunnel, essentially. Not well carved. It's not like it's been hewn. It's definitely more of a crag, but it's wide enough for a person to pass through comfortably, and actually fairly tall. It is very dark in here, though. There is really very little of the moonlight that's feeding in. It's pretty much only right at that entrance, and otherwise it is dark. So those of you that don't have dark vision you can't see.
You can basically see like his glow,
You
maybe.
can see his glow. So, and for you, in front of you, your glow casts out a little bit of light, maybe a foot in front of you.
I'll just produce flame
Okay.
in my hand.
All right. So when you produce flame, what you can actually see is kind of uneven walls that come up to kind of a point at the top. So it's kind of a pointed top here in the tunnel, and the tunnel continues on. It doesn't actually wind very much, so there's not like a blind corner up ahead, but it is descending pretty quickly.
Okay. It's dark in here.
I hadn't noticed.
I did.
Again, there's not really any sound except for your own footfalls on the rock.
Okay.
And
Is the gnome following, or is he staying out there?
he is staying out there.
Okay.
Yep. So he kind of stopped at the little entryway to this crag and waited there. Yep.
I'll put my hand on Manchaw's shoulder just since I'm not exactly comfortable walking around in pitch black.
Right.
There's flame in front. You can see.
Manchar will protect you.
And the nice thing is the floor is fairly even. There's not even like rocks really in the way. It's almost like they've been swept away a little bit. But you're still going down, and if you continue at that pace, you're probably going to be walking down for 15, 20 minutes.
Anyone got the spoon yet?
Almost.
As you
checking.
make your way deeper and deeper, that becomes more. You're out near the surface or near that crag entry. There was some fresh air flowing through, but as you go down deeper, it's getting stuffy, warmer, certainly. And at this point, your hands are not uncomfortably warm, but they're really, really warm. And you feel kind of like you're sunbathing right now.
It's like you smeared yourself in icy hot or something. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Which I do all the time, by
Yeah.
the way. It's so good.
And your flame is still continuing to flicker on the walls. The features aren't changing per se, but for those of you who have particularly good vision, you notice that the light is changing. So it's almost like there's polluting light intermingling with the flickering flame that you're generating,
Okay.
and it's coming from ahead of you. All right, and
Almost there.
what color's your flame?
Probably green.
Green. Oh, if only we.
flame.
I
Come
know.
on,
We only had
everyone.
an audience
Well, that
of
was for the
500
chat.
people.
Yeah, it was.
There you go. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, John.
Come on, everybody wake up over there.
Gotta keep you on your toes.
And as there are the light that's starting to filter in very vaguely. It's not green, but it's not like yellow. It's not like a normal flickering flame. It's purpley,
I'm sure that's fine.
pinky.
Yeah, it seems natural.
Ominously
Colors?
pink or delightfully pink?
It's colors.
All right.
But it's starting to get lighter.
Great.
And as it does, you start hearing a din. You start hearing like things clattering and
Against the walls?
no, almost like metal and wood
Like a kitchen?
banging around. Yeah, it could be. If you've ever been around a kitchen, it might sound kitcheny. And you also hear murmuring. And every once in a while, the murmuring gets loud, like one voice over the din and comes back.
Is it Snarfmevelin?
It's a mix of high and low voices. Like it's not all one. It's really kind of a smattering. If any of you hear particularly well, you can tell there's various distinct voices.
I whisper over to Manchar, I'm like, axe or punch?
Axe.
All right.
You never say anything other than axe in that.
It's getting lighter, and
Seriously,
as it
folks.
does, you realize you're able to make out where the as you're going down, where the tunnel bends to the left. So you can see there's a distinct line of where the tunnel wall is before it wraps around, and from that is emanating this strong kind of almost fluctuating purple-pink glow coming from around the bend.
We've stumbled on a rave, right? That's what we're.
Monster rave.
Right. Okay.
Raving monsters.
So if you make your way, are you still kind of making your way same pace?
Probably peek around the corner.
Okay.
I don't trust this flickering light.
Sure. So if you peek around the corner, what you see is a portal kind of carved into the rock, and a table that's been set up there kind of makeshift, like it's a fairly broken down bit of wood propped other piles of things, but it's a table, and standing behind it is another Svirfneblin.
Wearing a bow tie?
This one's wearing a vest,
Oh. Colorful?
Dapper.
and it is pink.
Does
And
it look like it might match that bow tie?
they would coordinate, certainly. Yeah.
Is it emanating the light?
No.
This
The
is like-
and he's standing there behind the table. Behind him are a smattering of like piled up fabric bits. Like you probably see there's a coat there.
Oh, okay.
And there's like another sash of fabric or robe, and then there's also a book that's open on the table in front of him.
Okay. Approach.
Okay.
Greetings, kid.
Oh, you want me to talk our way through this again?
Please help me.
I actually think you might be the best choice to talk our way into a party.
That's a good point. A rave, yeah.
Rave, yeah.
I can talk away.
Okay, so you approach.
I don't think they want to.
Not at all.
Ronnie thinks he should, but everyone's like,
You wanna
no,
take
no,
this one?
Just
I'm
stop.
going to approach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Hello.
So as you approach the Svirfneblin, who was kind of just like tracing wood grain in the table, looks up.
Hello.
You're invited.
Yes.
Sign. And gestures to the book.
This cannot go wrong. This can only go totally fine.
Is that book magical at all?
No.
Tech magic.
Detect magic. Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Ooh.
Toad's okay on that one.
I see. All right.
I
step
say,
up-
hey, that book's magic.
What would I
I
sign
step
it
up and
with?
sign Manchar.
He pushes a
No, what are you gonna write?
like a long, thin smudge stick. Essentially, it's a charcoal stick. Almost like it's been burned to coal at the end, so that it can be used to mark. And if you look at the book itself, you can see that there's kind of crude markings all in a line.
Just a bunch of X's.
Yeah.
That gets on her name.
Sometimes it's just like a slash.
Right.
Well, that's actually his name. So.
Somebody drew like,
Slashes here? This party's gonna be great.
and there are spots where it looks like they broke whatever they were writing with, like it just kind of like a spray of charcoal to the side, bluntly making a mark.
Should I sign for my companions as well?
Yeah.
It's
All
better to-
guests should sign.
Oh, all right. Fantastic.
You got me.
Yeah, all right. So you should head on in. I'll just take care of it. They're illiterate.
She's my legal
a feature.
guardian, so she can sign paperwork for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Svirfneblin just looks at you and
Shadow
isn't
Dancer.
really registering.
Paralegal.
Just doesn't acknowledge you. Just has the hand towards the book expectantly.
Okay, I pick up the graphite with my mage hand.
Okay.
Show off.
Doesn't like touching things.
And I continue to talk to the
I don't like
Svirfneblin
picking up
as
things.
the hand is not actually writing anything in the book, but moving the graphite over the book.
Over the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm distracting him so he doesn't realize I'm not actually
Sure.
writing anything.
So the Svirfneblin is looking at you, and like as you speak and move your features in any way, he's like following them with your face.
So
with
it's
his
an
face.
automatic success on my deception check, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Fun day, isn't it?
You're like, ignore this, ignore this.
Fantastic.
I like these guys. They're cute.
And over your shoulder, so further on, there is another. The tunnel continues up maybe 5 more feet, and there is a crude, torn set of curtains where this purple and pink light is kind of flowing through the gap there at the base. And they're faintly fluttering, and the din is much louder now. And it sounds like a crowd of people, and there's clanging and shuffling around and scooching sounds of like wood against stone.
Is there any sounds of excitement?
Yeah,
Happiness?
sure.
Okay.
Does the Svirfneblin seem to have any equipment or anything on him?
He has a shield that's sitting like on a rock beside him, and he has a holstered dagger.
Okay, I'm going to relieve him of that
Okay.
with my mage hand. Again.
Okay. And you're still talking at him. And
Yeah. So
Okay.
does that give me advantage on stealing it?
Yeah.
So okay, here's my sleight of hand check. 24.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be opposed
so
by
you're
his
gonna be
perception,
able.
which is probably what 0. So all right.
Yes. So you relieve
Great.
him of his beat up shield.
No, I just want the dagger.
You just
sh-
want the
he can
dagger?
keep the shield.
Okay, so you're able to relieve him of the shield. When you pull the dagger out of the holster, you notice it's grimy, like it like it has discolored peanut butter on it that was like crudely wiped away.
So like the gel stuff that we saw before, or like a poison of some kind.
It's also
Not an
gross,
assassin,
but it
so-
doesn't. Yeah, it
It's got a
doesn't look
peanut
like a
allergy.
poison or anything like that. It looks like bad food.
That would be horrible.
It looks like food that was left to like cake on it and dry.
All right.
Discolored Peanut Butter is the name of my second album.
Yeah, I
Erik is
don't,
not
I
about
don't
the
really
ferret.
want to put that anywhere on my person, so I'm just going to put it in his pack or whatever he's
I have
got.
perception -1, so
Yeah.
I probably think it's mine.
Oh, you found my dagger.
Oh,
Great.
thanks.
Whoa! I thought I only had
Um,
0 of these.
If your mage hand is done
That makes sense.
signing,
Yep.
Yeah.
the Svirfneblin, and if you're done speaking, the Svirfneblin will gesture to the curtains.
Oh.
Enjoy.
Yeah, we gotta get inside. I heard Dead Mouse is DJing tonight. We gotta get in.
All right.
Wow.
So and gesture. So the curtain awaits.
Done.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
So you walk up and just who's at the front? Are you still at the front?
I only-
Okay.
Still have
Am I the only
detect
person
magic.
with a weapon out?
Yeah.
Certainly
all
there is
casting?
magic
I got my rapier.
afoot, and in
Rapier?
fact, it's emanating
fury.
from the space beyond. It's almost like rather than like the passing of air is fluttering the curtains, it's tinged with kind of a magical floating on the air.
Okay. I'll cast guidance on all of us before going in.
Okay?
Just gives you a 1d4 on skill checks.
Okay.
Or plus 1d4, sorry.
How long does it last?
Excuse me, Mr. Blair.
Yeah.
Only one of us.
Oh, one
Because
of us?
every time
Yeah.
you cast it again, it
Disappears?
turns
Yeah.
off the other
Oh,
person.
never mind. I'll cast it on myself. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I would totally cast it on yourself.
So, as you part the curtain, what you see is this eerily beautiful kind of cavernous space. In the center is emanating like this pink and purple light coming from stalagmites in the ceiling that are coated with some sort of slickness that emanates this beautiful glowing color. And they kind of fade and ebb and grow. Below that, on which is maybe 8 feet below you, is an large open space, cobbled together tables and chairs. And seated at these tables and chairs is a lot of beings. And the ones closest to you, you can see a set of humans, and they look like travelers, but pretty grizzled looking, not the friendliest folk, and some of them have been shoved into these pink vests, and other one of them has a bow tie on, and they are sitting at one table kind of near you, and there's let's see, so they are, where's my, yeah, so somebody like that, really unsavory looking.
Are they
kind
talking
of
to one
sitting-
another?
What was that?
Are they talking to one another?
Yeah, they're talking to each other. Not all of them though. Some of them are sitting at a table eating, And
Is there music in here? Is it like
there
a party? Or?
is,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So, it
So
is
there's
raving
like this. There's a lone tuba player in the back corner.
Sure. Yeah, that's traditional.
And he's playing kind of this discordant mix of happy and sad notes that don't necessarily follow any tune, but it is musical.
Sounds like a tune.
Human ears, but snurf lepnevdims.
Zverf.
Their oompa sounds are very.
There
love Oompa
is
music
also so, and then at these tables, so there's the group of bandit-looking fellows at this table, kind of closest to you. There's several other tables though in this space, and they have a weird mix of creatures. So there's a small group of gnolls with corsages, but they're like weird, not above. Not normal looking florals that are on them, but they're also pink. And
like a
but
theme.
seated interspersed with them are more Svirfneblin, who are similarly dressed, and so what you actually see is a lot of Svirfneblin just kind of dotting these tables, and intermixed with them, you see some gnolls. You see an Orog hanging out in there.
Corsages on the ass.
There's actually a half ogre like dancing by himself on a kind of clear space between
he's had too much to drink.
the tables.
They just kind of swam.
And there's a dretch that's like
that'd be awesome.
pacing back and
Yeah.
forth in front of this long table that's piled with food.
I was actually going to ask, like, we see people eating, and there's obviously a big buffet here.
Right.
Do we see any signs of, like, someone bringing food to the tables?
Yeah.
Right.
So what you actually see, the most movement that you see in this space is a whole load of Svirfneblin who have converted their shields and they've turned them upside down, and like in the hollow part, they're like carrying loads of food.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they're wandering around with one hand behind their back and the other one holding this thing, kind of proffering this food stuff to the various other
Yes.
attendees.
Sure.
Um,
It's a very traditional form. Like a shield platter.
Yeah.
and so,
Urge to trip one of them is rising.
but so when you kind of emerge
Says
from
in
the
my
curtains,
flaws, I just
there's
couldn't
several
And
boulders that you can kind of use. You kind of use as steps to get down into this space, and beyond this kind of central area, the darkness permeates
See what
very
this says.
fast, and so there's this kind of lit
Do it.
central.
Sorry, not sorry.
Some might call festive area, and but beyond that is pretty dark.
Okay.
It's bright enough in here that I probably can see, even though I don't have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
I want to try and see if I can trace where these Svirfneblin are, like, coming from and follow it back, because I'm thinking, you know, like, we're after the spoon that can make lots of delicious food and
Which
replicate
is what
it,
they're
right?
bringing out, right?
Exactly,
so,
right. So I basically want to sort of trace their path backwards if I can, and
Okay.
see if I can figure out where they're coming from and point us in that direction.
I mean,
Okay.
just, like looking, or are you actually like leaving and going?
No, I'm just looking. I'm observing.
Just, like,
I actually,
observing.
I'm proficient in perception and I have a high wisdom, so I'm just trying to.
Yeah, if anyone tries to leave, like I'll actually put my hand on their shoulder before they get us all killed.
Okay. So the Svirfneblin are milling a lot, so it's kind of hard to
Sure.
trace to and from where they're going. They seem to do kind of laps around the tables. They also do laps around in the center of these tables. Is there's like a empty space where the half ogre is dancing with himself, and he also has a corsage over his like shredded vest, and then next to that is like a big bubbling pit isn't the right word, but like almost like a big bowl essentially.
Like a
It's
cauldron or
maybe
something?
8 feet across, and it's
Okay.
this big bubbling thing there, and it's bubbling with like a green goop.
Delicious.
So some of the Swiftneblin are actually scooping out of that and like ladling it into their shields, and then serving off of that. There's a couple other on the edges. There's a few other of those pots that are a little smaller. They're also green, and they're ladling from that.
Okay, so there's like a cooking area, basically. Cooking area.
Yeah, I mean, think of it like
Serving.
back at Smiley's wedding, at the Black Griddle Inn. They had some cauldrons that like he had made his delicious stew, and people were serving themselves. It's more like a serving area, but it's definitely blobbling.
Any
there's
magical spoons hanging around there?
not that you can see. The Swiftneblin are using, a variety of weird items to try. Like some of them are just literally dipping their shields into the goo to get some out. And, like they're like pouring it messily onto the plates of.
Sure.
I'd like to interject and ask the Twitch chat. Let's go back to the ogre dancing on the dance floor. For $20, we're going to have Rodney Thompson reenact that ogre dancing. So here we go, $20. Donate it to my page.
Also, thanks, by the way, for putting me dancing at $20, not like $50 or something like that. That shows you
For something a little more risque, we'll go $40.
That's not happening.
We have a light.
It
I
is
love
going to
charity,
happen.
but I love
You
charity, but
donate
the
that
internet
money.
does not need
It's
to see
happening.
this.
You
will
can
get
make
Ronnie
this
to
happen
dance.
right now.
We all await
You guys are
your
not
next
the boss
move,
of me.
audience. But what you do see is beyond the central area, out in the darkness, there are some Swiftneblin that kind of go out into the darkness and then return. And when they do, they're coming with food. And there's two main areas where they're doing so, and they're kind of on the opposite side, kind of towards the back side of this cavern area before it goes into darkness again.
All right, I nudge these guys and sort of point that out, and I say, perhaps it's time that we make our way across the floor.
Do we need a distraction?
I'd like to
'Cause I
illusion
can
all
make
of
a
us into pink
distraction.
clothing,
Okay.
kind of matching what other people are wearing.
Okay. So the wedding garb that any of you have remaining on is now allusion to kind of be this matching pink that you see a lot of the attendees wearing. Particularly the Swiftneblin, like they are all very well coordinated, especially the waitstaff. The waitstaff is all wearing bow ties. And the
So we're walking across then?
So wait, axe or punch?
Do we need a distraction? Because I can make a distraction.
I'm always going to pick axe.
Yes, I think we
Like
might.
you should never ask me that question because I will always pick axe
All right.
and not pick axe.
What's your distraction idea?
I want to find one of the Swiftneblin that's carrying a big tray full of stuff and just make him tip it over onto one of the knolls, perhaps. Because
Okay.
you can never get that out of that fur.
okay. All right. So so you're using your mage hand
Oh,
to
yes.
tip it over.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
See ourselves.
The gnolls are actually
And
sitting at
bandits-
the
there's a
table that's
bugbear at the
near the
table.
bandit, so it's a
It
little
gets
bit
spilled
closer
on
to
it,
it.
Great.
comes back, and we have time travel back. No.
No.
Sorry.
I'm going to wait until it looks like the bandits are like, moving or something, so it looks like the bandit knocked it over onto the knoll. Maybe we can get them to brawl. And then you will just be distracted with the brawl, and the rest of us will go forward. Right?
And
Almost
axe.
certainly.
Almost certainly.
And axe.
And well, maybe you too.
All right.
Here we go.
So I'm about to basically.
So wait, let me get this straight. You're creating a distraction that
Yep.
is going to distract at least half of our own party.
Well, it's
I
gonna
didn't
work.
say it was a
I'm-
good plan.
I'm
just said
fine
it was
with
a
this.
plan.
I'm fine with this. I'm just questioning whose side you're on.
Hey, chaotic.
What's Manchar
That's what it
doing?
says.
I'm waiting for this distraction.
Oh, shit.
And then Mantra will also.
All right, well, I got a 10.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the Swiftneblin.
Just to do it unobserved is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
somebody's perception beats that, they will probably see the hand
Sure.
do that.
Okay. So.
Have we gotten
Stop rolling
$20 yet, Greg?
Hey, stop asking.
Okay.
This D20
I thought they were supposed
is
to donate to your account.
Okay.
under
I
supervision.
doubt that's going to happen.
All right. So the Swiftneblin that you were kind of casting, he does stumble and slop a little bit of this oozy, gross stuff into the kind of the lap of the gnoll as he's serving him. The gnoll kind of barks at him, and the rest of the gnolls that are at the table are kind of keyed into this. One of the wait staff that was kind of walking closer to you, kind of almost between, looks up at you and says, "Tss, tss, tss, none of that is a party," and keeps walking and off to wait. So the gnolls are somewhat distracted.
They called you on a party.
And
Whoa. That is
the
not cool.
Can we make our way across without
I
being
am the
seen?
master of parties.
So you are seen. The Svirfneblin see you, but one of them comes up and proffers some of this food stuff to you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So good.
All right, and kind of nods and moves along. So not paying you particular mind.
Okay. Before he leaves, I'll just kind of ask him, "Hey, where's the boss? The host. I'm sorry, the host."
He thinks, does the slow blink at you again, cooking,
Okay.
and just walks off.
All right, to the kitchen.
We'll never find the spoon.
Meanwhile, there's a lot of spoons, now that you say clanking, as people are scraping and eating. You also notice that, some of the beings in the room are interacting. They're talking, but it's those that you're near. You hear like they say a phrase to each other. They say, "This is good." There's like long, awkward pauses, and then an equally awkward reply of "This is good," but it's in it's garbled by their own monstrous mouths, and so certainly there's a din, but it's somewhat unnatural. Like it doesn't seem like a normal conversation.
In some languages, the awkward pause is actually a form of punctuation.
I know parties, and this is one creepy party.
Tuba.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
We need
The
to move
tempo
on, or I'm
actually
going to shoot
picks
the
up
tuba
at that
player.
point, and so the half ogre tries to like jig by himself.
$20.
Super ungainly.
We're gonna get you to dance.
We're not friends.
And what you also happens is, as you've made your way down to this floor level, near the bandit table here and the table with the gnolls, is a winged cobalt flies up to you and says, "Stop, stop, stop!" And it kind of flutters down to the ground and pulls out a notepad, like out of his vest pocket, and starts scribbling in it. Says, "Don't move, don't move."
Axe.
Yeah, I'm about to axe this guy.
I got to ask you a
No,
question.
Stop.
What you doing there,
Stick around.
Ken?
Nice to see you.
So if you lean in, he's taking your likeness.
Like drawing our picture?
Yeah.
He's like the caricature guy that you have at weddings and
Yeah.
stuff.
Does he seem
Nice.
important?
Now, do you like movies?
And he's also wearing a bow tie. Looks very similar to the waitstaff.
Does he seem
I want to
important?
suggest that you take the bow tie off with your sleight of hand.
I can take the bow tie off.
Should we like
Also
close
his
together
head.
for this
With
one?
Yeah. So he's kind of gestured to you, like to kind of, but stand in a clot. There's not enough room for you to really spread out away from each other to kind of get between the tables. So he's kind of stopped you in a group and is taking your likeness.
Yeah, he's drawing real fast, like one of those flip books that you get at parties, right? And we're gonna
Okay.
He's like the photographer.
I'm going to cast Charm Person on him.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
Charm person already.
Yes, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So he has a saving throw 14.
Magic versus magic.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's right. Jackson.
And is
So,
it like charm person?
You try to charm
Yes.
Hadouken.
spirit bomb.
here.
Okay. And then he's a little dude.
And what
No.
is the?
He's like,
What is the?
14.
14.
I guess wisdom. saving
Yeah.
throw?
Yeah.
Okay, so he is gonna fail, and so you are able to charm him, and his notepad just drops to the ground, and he is emptily looking at you, and the wings just slowly droop down.
That was super effective.
Nice.
Dude.
They're
Hi.
just kind of
The winged
fluttering.
kobold appears.
I pick up the notebook and I put it back in his hand.
Okay, so now he's just holding it in the wings.
I say, hello, friend. Can you tell us where the boss is?
And,
Bruce Springsteen?
Says, the cook?
Yeah,
Okay.
cook.
It says, kind of slowly nods his head at you, and looks up, looks around,
Take your time.
and then lifts up in the air and flaps, and then kind of gestures with his head and starts flapping over the party
Great.
here.
I'm a VIP escort here. This is good.
So
Follow.
he starts flapping towards across the party, back towards the darkness.
Okay.
So you kind of have to make your way around the tables. You have to kind of quickly dodge away from the half ogre before he like dances upon you.
Is he grinding?
You want that $20 donation now, Jordan?
Come on, guys. $20 and we'll get Rodney to grind someone.
It's going to be you. Maybe
So-
Greg. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah. In the dress.
This
And
is,
so
this is
just-
turning dark.
He's really just kind of like trying to cabbage patch, but like just kind of swaying
Cabbage
around like this.
What is
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch?
I don't know, something like this.
Oh, I was hoping you'd do it.
That's a name. It's not that. But anyway, he's kind of like swaying around,
So good.
and
doing the dice thing too
but
much.
has a dazed look on his face, kind of similar to the other looks that you've
Like,
seen.
no one's
in
coming
the-
after us. We're totally just walking across the dance floor. I've got an axe out.
Yeah,
like,
and more Swiftneblin are offering you foodstuffs
Yep.
As they go
totally
by.
fine.
Yes.
They
There are a bunch
also
of- there are a
some
bunch
of
of
them
rolls and
in their
stuff, too.
shields have like little ruffian cups, and they're all different. Like all the food, like the eating ware that people are eating on, if they're eating on anything at all, they're very different. There's like you'll see like 3 of this color plate and 1 of that one, and
It's like it was
everything's very
like
colored together.
scavenged or stolen
Yeah,
or something like that. Okay.
and but some of them are offering you drinks too, and it's kind of this.
Oh, sorry, I have philosophical obligation to sell drinks.
And the drink is kind of this brackish color,
Yeah.
but not like beer.
Oh. You
It's
still
a
drink it?
reflex for Rolani. If someone offers a mug of some kind, just
Sure.
like, yeah.
Okay.
Is he
So
affected
do
You
in
you
write
drink
that
it?
in your character sheet.
Up, yep.
Philosophical
Philosophical flaw.
Philosophical obligation to drink.
obligation to drink. Yeah.
Do you drink it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, without even, it's like a straight reflex. He doesn't even
Right.
realize he's doing it. It's
Right.
just like, oh, yeah, thanks.
that's fine.
Make a saving throw.
Roll me
Roll
a
initiative.
D10, please.
A D10.
A D10.
Here we
Just
go.
like
Will I
rust
survive?
and chicken broth. Whoa. I like it.
A 10.
Oh,
Perfect.
Probably not good for me.
No, 10's
No.
great.
Okay.
10 damage.
You lose 10 points of intelligence.
So
I don't have that many.
what happens is you down this drink. It's actually remarkably tasteless, like for how fetid it smelled. It's pretty tasteless. It might be because you kind of burnt your tongue with the Pop Rocks jelly that you were
They
eating
go
earlier.
together. It's a combination. You wouldn't understand unless you're like in the
A
Underdark.
connoisseur.
And
A connoisseur.
this kind of peace flows through you.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, like curling up with a book and constant comment, like just the serene peace, and you feel
Yeah.
very centered in the idea that consuming this drink is what you were meant to do.
Yeah, man.
Just and all other distraction leaves your mind,
Do we
let it float away into the darkness.
do we notice a change in him at all?
Not at all.
I have the feeling that Brolani really isn't very much changed, other than now
He's just
you are now noticing very little about your surroundings,
I
except for
didn't
the
know-
Sverfneblin that are carrying more drinks.
Yeah, great. That's what I wanted anyway, so
Okay.
we're all good.
Sweet. And
Me, yep. Another one.
So does he just kind of trail off behind us?
do you just trail off behind them?
Like he just stops and starts drinking?
No, I think I'm walking around drinking with you guys.
Okay.
well, we're not. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So we don't necessarily realize anything is wrong.
I mean, pretty much he does
Okay.
looking at the thing.
So
We follow the guy flying.
yeah, so as you follow, you walk past the big boiling kind of green pit in the middle, and there's these big gray round things floating in it, like bobbing in it. So it's not just goo. It's like a hearty soup, and they almost look like mushrooms, kind of bobbing around in there. And then further beyond, he's kind of taking you past the party. There's a table where they've displayed. It's looks like a smattering of scattered items, but they're like stacked on each other. And several of the Sverfneblin have occupied themselves like straightening it, like piling things on. And you can see now beyond, you're seeing a little bit more into the darkness, there's actually kind of another boulder staircase up to another kind of raised area, and maybe a tunnel beyond that the cobalt has flown into.
Okay.
Well, that's our destination.
And I think we're supposed to take our 5-minute. Is that correct? All right.
Before we cut,
yes.
let's
before
have
we
that $20.
Seriously.
To get Rodney to dance. Come on, Twitch chat. Do it
and
for me.
And right before we take that break, as the kobold he has flown into this, and as you near the staircase, a bugbear emerges.
What?
And it is your bugbear, if you can tell by the smattering of blood that's run
The huge
down
hole
here.
in his shoulder.
Is he holding
And
the spoon?
around his neck is the chain with the spoon. He says, "You have arrived.
You could talk this whole time.
It's time for the banquet to begin."
I feel like he
And
could
we'll
have
be back after our break.
said that from the beginning.
All right. So yeah, Twitch.
Welcome back. I believe we have 1 more hour of this session. Not too much more to go.
Yeah,
So that's very exciting.
the wedding is wrapping up.
We're doing really well on donations. We're around 62,000 still, but I would first like to thank Crispy and Joanna for their donations this hour.
Thank you very much. Yep. We have a whole load of things that we're still trying to donate off, and we've adjusted some of the prices, so you'll find those on the webpage. As normal, the first folks who donate to the page will get the rewards. The things that we have. Oh gosh, the late nights are getting to me.
Yeah, they are.
The late night setters.
Both of us.
All right. So some of the things that we have are comics. We've lowered the price on all the comics except the Fells 5, which is a hardcover, to just $20, and that includes the Baldur's Gate comic that is signed by Jim Zub, as well as the comic, the Neverwinter comic that is signed by R.A. Salvatore. In addition, we still have the whole host of audiobooks. The $20 for the audiobooks is actually below what they'd normally cost, so I think it's a pretty good deal, and you get to deduct it from your taxes.
Oh my gosh, this again.
Yeah.
Not this again.
All right, we've got shirts still. We've got a few of the Table Titans shirts,
Yep.
as well as the dress, which we've got now down at $50. In addition, a load of miniatures. These are the old D&D Angelfire miniatures. They still have perfectly legitimate miniatures to use in your tabletop game, even though the D&D miniatures game is now long gone. Why are you smiling?
They're still pretty cool.
Yeah, they are cool. And those are at $20 a piece. Finally, brought down the price on the Archmage novel to just $30, which is about retail. So hopefully we'll get some more donors. We'd like to, with this last hour, to kind of try to pull it up and hit that $63,000 mark. Finally, one extra incentive. So we're removing the pins incentive for the $50 donations. And now anybody who donates $20 or more this hour is going to get a copy of the Good Old Games classic gold box games. These are something that our partner Good Old Games has been releasing. These are like the old kind of 90s retro 64-bit or 32-bit games. So I think that's a great deal. It actually has a value of $25, I believe. So with your $20 donation, you'll get some easily $40 or $50 worth of value. So let's pull in one of our guests.
Hello.
Hey.
Ridiculously tall me. Hi.
Yeah.
And ridiculously short me.
Yeah, that's an amazing contrast.
Should we move around and? No, this is fine.
Is it fine for you?
I mean, this is normal for me. I think.
I'm Erik.
Right. Oh yes, this
Hi.
is Erik.
You're leading.
So Erik, how's your session going?
Pretty well. It started out as a chorus of failure, but it has been on a steady upward climb from there. So I think, assuming that we don't all get put in the stew pot, I think we're going to succeed.
Awesome. Can you explain exactly what's going on right now?
Well, we're in some kind of wedding celebration attended by all kinds of monsters, and they're all charmed by some sort of effect, and we just met the big boss, who might not actually be the big boss, but I shot him before, I'll shoot him again, it'll be fine.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your character.
So my character, Celine, is the daughter of several of my characters from my Forgotten Realms novels.
Right,
And people can
yeah.
identify certain traits about her and what I say during the session, if you're curious.
Yeah.
It comes partly out of my drive for my own campaign, which was to produce a story for my backers. So if you're interested, if you've read my stuff and you want to read more of my stuff, I'm doing an exclusive story, and there's still a chance to get in on that. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, Erik is one of the 2 novelists that we're going to be having on the programming during the marathon. Are you doing much writing these days?
Oh yeah, my next book comes out in December. I have one coming out early next year, and I have 2 more that are in contract that I need to write in the next couple of years, and then I have one that I'm going to write sometime before the end of this year. So yeah, I write a lot.
Very cool. Yeah, and Erik's done a lot of D&D writing for us in the past as well, big Forgotten Realms buff, so it's great to have you on playing in the Forgotten Realms extensively.
Yeah, it's really fun.
All right. Thanks very much, Erik, for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and again for coming to the.
Remember, $20 for Rodney to dance.
And conveniently, Rodney is who we have
Here he
on
goes.
next to refute such claims.
Hey Rodney.
Hey, Rodney.
What's up, kids?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's probably
yeah.
because you have had a gallon of coffee.
I've been chugging it. Yes, we are in saddle, right? So you know, you gotta.
Did you
Gotta
ever
live up to it.
see that thing that like the Puget Sound actually has like caffeine in it because, well, because everybody's pissing it out.
Right.
I mean,
Not to
like,
put too fine a point on
yeah,
it,
right,
Greg.
Like that it actually is proportionally.
It's 3 o'clock in the
has-
morning.
Yeah,
Nobody's
whatever.
watching.
You know, I'm making conversation, right?
Yeah, that's good.
That's crazy.
I'm glad you guys brought me up here for this
Yeah, I
fascinating
feel like
conversation.
Yeah, the more
you just
you know.
stand
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So-
Honestly, like the last couple of years at this time and the first day, right, we're always usually like, "Hello, kids. Welcome to Reading Rainbow," or whatever. Yeah.
Watching you and Chris Dupuis, so I edited, of course,
Yeah.
all of the video and watched each of your little cuts.
Right.
And watching that and your gradual descent
Yes, into
was
madness.
I really wanted
Yeah.
to do a super cut of it, especially with Chris Dupuis just going, "Hey there, internet! Hey there, internet! Hey there, internet! Hey there, internet! Hey there, internet!"
Yeah.
Internet.
Jordan, you're my enemy.
$20?
Yeah, yeah. Last year I'm ignoring it. Last year with Chris and I doing the part that you guys are doing, right? Like it was a lot of fun because we could just basically sort of watch the stream and monitor the chat, and then we only had to come in every little bit. It was still exhausting though because you hit that early morning hour and it's just like, oh my god, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm actually really glad I got to come back and at least do this much. And you know, I was joking about like, oh, making me stiff for another 4 hours, but it's actually super fun and you know, very good cause. So that helps.
I think it's easier when you're on either as the DM or the player than being kind of behind the scenes where you do have a lot more of those lulls. So you kind of
Yeah, and last year when we had our technical difficulties, it was like, Rodney, glam for 20 minutes. I'm like, da-da-da-da-da-da. Let's talk about my campaign, everybody.
Here's the dance, guys.
That
the dance.
that was
We're
it.
good.
Sorry.
Yep.
yeah, we did get dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also remember at the end when I tried to extend it for an hour.
Oh, I was mad.
And
I was
Dupuis
surly.
came.
Well, because you hit that 25-hour mark, as you'll soon find out, and it's just like you know, I need to sleep, please. Yeah. So you're doing a great job, by the way. I was giving you a hard time earlier,
Thank
and
you.
You,
Not to the
you are
personally.
only seeing
That's it.
half of it.
Oh,
You're
I
seeing
know.
a small
slice.
fraction.
Are you?
Well, that's why I can be complimentary and you can be the mean one.
It's true. You guys are playing good cop, bad cop.
That's right.
I usually,
great.
yeah.
I always play.
Caught in the middle.
I'm always the bad
I always
cop.
play the good cop to Greg's bad cop, though.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Except that now that you're not in the office, it's just
It's
all
just
bad
Greg is
cop
just
all
bad
the
cop
time.
all the time. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is
I'd like to
true.
think I balance you out now, but you know, whatever. It's okay.
I don't think you're the good cop either.
Hey, yeah, that's probably true.
There are no good cops.
Yeah.
They're
all dead
it's
now.
just basically everyone is surly. Anyhow, cool story.
We
All
flip
right.
tables on a daily basis now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Rodney. Thanks for sticking around for the 4 hours.
Yeah, no, this is
and,
awesome.
We'll be wrapping up shortly.
Cool.
So thanks again.
Yeah.
Okay. So for new prizes, we are now offering a Dungeon Master's Guide. I believe we're going for
$100 on this one.
$100, and that's because it will be signed by our team, and will also be signed by the WotC D&D team upstairs. So
Yeah, so like 80 signatures of value.
yeah, and you'll be able to tell who each person is just by their signature. Like this snowman. There's literally a snowman. I opened this book and there's a snowman.
Also, Alyssa was practicing her signatures in all of the books, so none of the signatures are actually the same.
None of them are, but some of them look really good. And then Greg drew all over half
I
of
don't
them.
know, that didn't happen.
So-
that was one. of
One, but that was
Yeah.
the best one.
them. Which is why I had to ruin it.
He did. So, you know, this is my life. But there's literally a snowman in this. So if you really want a snowman in your DMG, be sure to donate $100 and let us know that you want a snowman in your DMG because there is one.
All right, thanks everybody, and hopefully Sean is paying attention so he will cut away. Awesome. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah?
Hello, Internet.
Oh, sorry.
It looks like Rodney is fulfilling his donation duty by providing an entertaining dance for the crowd.
Good job, Twitch.
Yay! It's for the kids. It's for the
Little-
kids.
Little sprinkler? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Man of 1,000 dances.
No, I just exhausted my entire repertoire, actually. I've got the sprinkler and the dice thing, and that's basically all I've
What's
got.
the dice thing?
Dice thing, too much.
It's pretty good.
So-
I mean, especially at the
Shopping
table.
cart.
At the table, the shopping cart, is that where you're like...
Yeah, yeah. Are you?
It's very similar to the Running Man, except I'm sitting down, so...
City man.
All
I'm
right.
sitting-
Turns out, though, your running man is you just standing up going,
Yeah, it actually is. I don't even move my legs.
Right.
It's like, what's up, guys? I don't know what running actually is. All right, sorry.
So just before our break, your little winged kobold friend went flitting off into the darkness, charmed and searching for the bugbear, or the cook, as
The
he
cook,
called
yeah.
him. Yeah. And out of the darkness emerged your bugbear.
Yeah.
All right.
With
that
his
guy.
jaunty
With
hat.
this jaunty hat. His bloodied area no longer bears the bolt in his shoulder, but it is bloody, and it looks like he shoved gauze or a scrap of dirty fabric kind of in there.
I'm sure that's
So he has a small amount of free will left.
But that said, he is very magnanimous as he welcomes you to the banquet and says, "It must begin."
He was not this chatty before, right? Like
He was
didn't
not.
really speak at all.
No.
Okay.
No.
He gestures, "Are you not impressed?
Are you not entertained?
My efforts will pay off. This will be a sumptuous banquet."
Bubbly, bubbly.
Oh yes, it's very, very impressive.
What's the banquet for? And it's impressive.
Yeah, Verlani's kind of wandering back towards the party and like, oh, I need another drink.
Do I need to charm you as well? Because I got more spell slots.
He's caught in the roofie circle.
So, as
I'll go PvP. Like
he gestures out to the party, and you ask, "What is the party for?" "Ah, but every wedding must have a banquet."
Who's getting married?
And he just turns, and he takes his hat and he kind of doffs it, and turns it in his hands.
Turns the what? The spoon?
Hat.
No, the hat.
Okay.
He's
He says, "My
nervous.
master is not clear, but he said the banquet must occur." And he's speaking in a very un-bugbear-like vernacular, not terribly crude. It's almost like, one face and another voice. And he's turning this, "But it will serve my lord." He puts his hat back on. "It is fitting." And he wipes the little bit of remaining slime that's kind of in his fur and rubs it in his finger. "Yes, it is fitting. But now, we dance."
He has
And-
this. Does he have the spoon still?
Yes, he still has the spoon around his neck. And as he says dance, and it's very loud, it kind of echoes in the chamber, the tuba player stops the kind of what had kind of devolved back into kind of a sad Moby it kind of stops abruptly and starts playing a rather palatable waltz. And you, who is back in the party, feel a tap, tap, tap on your shoulder.
Yes.
And if you turn around, the half ogre is behind
Yes.
you, proffering a hand and says,
Yes.
"We dance." And
Do it.
so I want you
Do
to
up
make
there.
a strength check, please.
Strength check.
Yeah.
Strength.
I can
check.
actually do
Yeah.
this, unfortunately. All right. Am I resisting, or is he picking me up? Is that what's going on?
So he is going to grab onto your arm
Sure.
Do you want to
with
resist?
one hand.
Well, I happen to be a trained tavern brawler, but okay, well, let's see what happens on the strength check here.
I am at a 19. What's up, half ogre?
Okay, so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. And don't make me use this one reroll. I'm saving this for the.
You don't want to dance with the ogre?
Okay.
Well, I don't want to be like swept off my feet. I mean, please.
You want to play hard to get.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
All right, so
modesty.
what happens is
Come on, he has no modesty. He has no shame.
has kind of slick hands, and he tries to grab your arm and kind of slides off.
Yeah, that was all the baby oil from the earlier flexing scenes.
And
like-
that. And he looks down at his hands like he's confused why they're empty. Looks back, we dance! And kind of lunges for you again. At the same time, around the perimeter of the party, the 4 gnolls have kind of made their way around to where you are. And they each are going to try to grab you. So,
Like for a dance or bad grabbing?
they
Well, they're
they are
gnolls.
trying to grab you.
Okay.
I mean,
Not in a like
in a knollish.
not in
kind
a
of
crude way, but they're reaching out to try to grab a hold of you.
Okay.
It's not dirty dancing.
And
Nobody put Manchar in a corner.
That's the one.
so
I got like 4 Dirty Dancing references out in like 3 seconds. That was
let's
great.
see. So yeah, I want you, depending on which you prefer, you can make a strength or dex check to try to, and it's gonna be a contest between us. So, all right. So.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, what'd you get?
Okay.
4.
4. All
Wow.
right.
That is strength.
18.
We are dancing.
18.
18 strength.
Dex.
You went strength.
19 strength.
Definitely
18
Dex.
strength. Okay.
Come at me, scrub.
Is this a check that has proficiency bonus
core.
or not?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I got
If
20.
if you have it, what
Dex.
proficiency are you using?
Dex,
Dex. Okay. Yep.
of course.
You got 20.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna pull these out.
Who got grappled?
Manchar.
Yeah, Manchar
The Noel lifts
and
Manchar up over his head.
Shipwreck.
Spins in a
Peaches,
circle.
what did you roll? Peaches, what did you roll?
18.
18. Okay. Manchar and Shipwreck have been grabbed a hold of by these gnolls, or by their partners, and they lead you off to the dance floor, gripping your hands, like both hands, so they are not free to move, and they start trying to make you dance with them.
Yeah.
So
I
you are
told you.
now. You are now.
Swing dancing be nothing
Grappled?
but a fad.
All right, so they're essentially grappling you, but with rhythm, and
That's what dancing is.
yes,
Well?
yes.
It all makes sense.
Or other activities.
And so,
Like patty cake.
and so it's a kind of a
the one,
slow
actually.
drag to try to kind of waltz you towards the dance floor, and I want everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if the beer is not charming me, I'm about to put an axe in a giant.
7.
All right.
14.
11.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. Kind of hard to put an axe
All
on
right.
the guy first.
Manchar,
4.
Shipwreck.
Lucky number 5.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm running out of steam.
Okay.
I had a lot.
How does extra check work now? I'm at 5th level.
You're 5th level? Oh yeah, we are on 5th level. Shut up. When you make an attack, you get another attack.
It doesn't have to be my reaction, whatever. It's just like
No, it's just
Yeah,
it's just
like-
part of the same action.
When you take the attack action, you make 2 attacks.
Yeah.
And you can move between the attacks.
yeah.
Everyone has spring attack. Everyone.
You may have
Okay.
a good reason
So,
to know these things.
as
Fantastic when you're
So
playing
now you are in
Yeah.
this
I
kind of
saw that.
strange, awkward dance.
The axe dance.
Those of you that have escaped being grapple danced, so that is Peaches,
So good.
Celine, and yeah, my good friend Brolani over there. You are the ogre, or excuse me, the ogre. The bugbear looks at you. You're being poor sports, and he perhaps we shall play a different game. And to that, the dretch that was perusing the buffet line is going to kind of amble up as the bugbear calls to him. And the dretch is going to kind of make this awkward growling sound, and is going to expel this fetid cloud.
More fetid cloud.
And out and really kind of trying to engulf you, Celine.
I see.
And
I was about to do something.
it's
but
kind of a
you, so I'm
greenish
good.
gas, and it slightly obscures the area. It's at about a 10-foot. And so, let's see. So that is all the dretch is going to do. He's not terribly aggressive, but he is going to expend this fetid cloud.
Constitution is my specialty.
And then I want, but Celine, it is your turn.
Great.
And you need to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
I love that the bugbear called
11.
the dretch
Doesn't seem
over.
that difficult.
Because now I'm thinking, like, what's the dretch's
I
name?
did not make it.
I like how we're just standing
Okay,
around.
it was
doing
so
nothing.
close.
That's the fourth
Sure,
floor
let it come on
that
over.
D20 has rolled
Oh, that's
tonight.
Oh, close.
Do you want, let's see, it's a DC 11, you rolled a 4.
I did, which gave me a 6.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, high rolling.
Any
So,
special powers you got?
No.
thanks to our good friend Tasha, a donating audience member, she's granting a player a re-roll. So if you'd like to re-roll,
Tasha, you rock.
spend that.
Okay,
Did she just do it, or was that
It was prior.
prior? Okay.
I will do
Yeah.
that. Tasha, thank you very much. I'm going to
Tasha, I don't
Try
care what
and
anyone
succeed
says.
on this.
I don't care what anyone says. Her laughter is not hideous either.
It's true. Well,
was a-
we can't
that was a
really
joke.
judge because
It was.
you can see
mean, it
us,
is.
we can't
D
see
joke?
you, things like that.
Is it a 4 again?
No, it's a 6 this time, meaning that I got an 8.
So
Meaning they got an
close.
8. You can roll a d6 to add to it if you want. You've got your extra from thanks to Gina. You get to use, or have you already used it?
Yeah.
I
It's
sort
good.
of
I
used it, but I didn't need it. I don't know. Whatever. I got hit by the cloud.
Okay,
think
I got
so
hit
you
by
are
You're eating cloud.
you are going to be poisoned until the start of your next turn.
Oh crap.
And you can't take any other action. So
Tasha,
kinda
I'm sorry.
our apologies. Thank you, Tasha.
You saved the children, though.
Right.
Yes.
It was a different D20, which decided that it would be cursed as well.
You know, you're really letting Tasha down. You should be ashamed
So
of
this
yourself.
this noxious gas seeps into your
I'm going to
nostrils.
mention you in one of my books or my story, and it's just going to say, sorry, Tasha, and no one's going to get it except you and everyone here.
No context. It's the last line of the book.
Or is it the first line?
First line.
Sorry.
the log.
That's awesome.
Sorry, Tasha.
Sorry,
If
Tasha.
you do that, I'll be quite happy.
That would be A+.
Oh yeah.
I'll buy
yeah.
2 copies.
I'm going to write that down in my notes, by the way.
So your nose hairs are singed with this acrid gas that has poisoned you and essentially incapacitated you for this turn. Now the Orog. Where is my Orog?
I think what
Oh,
I'm going
look
to do
how
is...
sweet he is. He's got a bouquet axe.
Yeah.
The Orog is
One of those.
has also, what was that?
One of those.
You're
One of
okay.
these,
Okay.
yes. Oh, and I totally forgot. So,
Put an axe in there.
for your brave forging forth and drinking
Oh, yeah.
the proffered drink against all reason, purely because it is in the background of the character.
It's now in my flaw.
Well, now,
It's
yeah,
written to
now
my
it is.
character.
You now get inspiration.
Yeah.
So this is for you.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Nice.
like
Can I
Go
get
get
the
it.
camera?
Go get
I
it.
don't know.
Go get it.
Toss it over your shoulder.
Sweet.
There you go.
Flower axe.
Where did you go, Jordan?
Flower axe
Jordan's
is a
right there.
thing now.
All right. So that is your inspiration that you can spend one time to reroll. The so now the Orog though, it's very sad. The Orog has crept up behind you and is going to take a couple swings at you with this great axe. So
He snuck up behind me.
Well.
the first one is actually going to swing.
It's
like,
crowded in here.
It's crowded. There's a lot going on.
I mean, you saw him there. He wasn't
Tries
exactly
to
sneaky.
sneak up. The first one actually just sails like above your head, like he was expecting you to be taller for some reason.
He's
Just-
drunk.
And you just feel a whew
Go home, Orog.
across the top.
Go home,
You're
you're drunk.
Wait, I am
The second one, let's see,
You're my
25
party.
to hit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So second one with his great axe, you are going to take.
Why is he attacking me? I thought we were dancing.
Oh, because you're not being a good sport.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The host has declared you an unfit party guest.
Yeah. For shame.
He's the bouncer.
You are going to take
And
6
cook.
points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
Also possibly empty.
Alright. And
Hey, I have a question.
yeah.
When I got hit by the poison cloud, did I have a turn, or have we just not got to my turn yet? Because I
So
didn't actually do anything.
Took
I
your
just got hit by the poison cloud.
right. So the dretch expelled the poison cloud prior to your turn. It was
Right.
then your turn. You have to make a Constitution saving throw at the beginning of every turn
To act?
Yeah.
to remove yourself away from the cloud.
Okay, so I can't do anything while I'm in the cloud, is
Correct.
what we're saying. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That was not clear to me. All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
bad-
Yep,
it is
sorry about
bad
that.
News.
Yeah.
It's bad news.
So yeah. So you.
Cough
So
my legs out.
No damage.
let's see. Manchar and Shipwreck are dancing with Knowles. You've been
That's that's my favorite book.
what was that?
I've been attacked.
And you've been attacked
Not cool.
by the Orog. So now we are up with Brolani.
Yeah,
It
flower
is
axe
you.
time. All right, I'm gonna break some flower axe into this giant axe.
The half ogre.
Oh yeah, sorry, the half ogre.
Okay.
So I will. axe him.
wants to dance with you.
Oh, I'm dancing
Yep.
with him too. Flower axe the first. I hit 23.
Okay.
AC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
We
All right,
can
I do
1d6
8 damage.
on every roll.
All right.
one roll.
And Brolani looks like he's quite comfortable wielding this axe. He's very fast and maybe
I still have it.
almost like he's showing off. Like he's
When
not
am I
really
gonna use
fighting. He's just kind of
Well, so my turn
Uh,
is coming up. You just.
in like a very elaborate kata, maybe.
some
19 AC.
Against the half ogre as well, you're making a second attack.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll hit.
sweet. Even
He's
more
really,
damage.
he's just kind of bare chested. He doesn't really have armor and just like a
He's
tattered
got some
vest.
flowers on there now. Bam. 14 damage.
Ooh. All right. So the half ogre starts
Flower
staggering. He wasn't super gainly before, but he's and there's just blood just kind of running down his chest and staining the vest that he was wearing, and the corsage is just fallen off. All right, and let's see. So
It doesn't free him from the charming effect, though.
Hitting him.
Oh, hitting him?
He's
No,
still-
No,
he's
because the corsage fall. had
yeah.
fall.
The corsage fell off, but no, it does not free him. He does not seem to react in any other way. All of the creatures you're interacting with still have that semi-vacant look.
Okay.
All right. So now we are to Peaches.
Okay. So yeah, I've had enough at this party. Parties aren't my scene. So I'm gonna put a wind wall in the middle of this party, and hopefully also over the top of the host.
Okay.
And so it's 120 feet long. It's a giant wall of wind that comes down and just messes everything up.
Awesome.
And hopefully tosses a lot of people. So everybody would have to make a strength save to stay standing, otherwise they take lots of damage.
Okay, so and so who all? You said how many feet long is it?
120 feet.
And you're directing it towards
Just down the middle of the dance floor and
down
up
the
to
middle
the
of dance
host.
floor? Okay, okay, okay.
Hopefully to kind of break your dancing up.
And what's my DC?
15
15.
to
Okay.
avoid falling over
Okay.
on all these people. Oh, yeah.
And very dramatic.
If they,
Let you do your thing.
they're going to
And-
take damage regardless.
Okay. And okay, so the
Not very good. They take 10 damage if they don't save. If they do save, they take 5.
okay,
And then they fall over. If
and they fall over. Okay.
That would be everybody in the path, including you guys.
Oh, we're there too?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's not a huge
And
cavern, right? So
Yeah, I doubt it. It's probably going to take up the whole cavern.
So what? It's a saving throw of some kind.
Strength.
Strength saving throw.
You're fine.
My specialty.
Okay, so so does this impact everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you guys all making your rolls then?
Thanks, bro.
You're strong.
strength save, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
that's
God.
where I'm a Viking.
Oh, nat
14,
20.
natural 20. What?
Woo!
No.
Okay.
What's
11.
the DC?
15.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh wait.
Remember, you have your D6 if you haven't spent it already.
Can I take
you
my
have
reroll?
one reroll.
Do it.
All right, camera. This cute thing. I don't know what that is.
Oh, Amy, did Amy draw that?
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. What happened? You're the one with all the 4s. It infected my D20.
Sorry.
Reroll.
you're great.
Oh my God!
You rolled
Another
another
4. No. I'm on the ground.
Okay.
I only got a 14 on my save. I'm so proud of you for maxing out that ability.
Okay, so
Very effective use.
Rolani has fallen. Celine, have you fallen as
Is
well?
this an area of effect?
Yeah.
Then I only take half damage. Yes.
All right.
damage.
But I still fall down.
Okay.
Shipwreck, you take the 5, but you stay standing.
That's correct, yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Take 10 damage.
I'm good.
And you're good.
I'm good.
and you're good. So you take 5 damage, but you stay standing.
Did the massive wind dispel the cloud?
Yes.
Yes.
It did.
That was my
yeah.
goal.
I could not save
Yeah.
out of that, so.
So the
Sorry,
other
Tasha.
thing is that the gnolls that were dancing with Shipwreck and with Manchar have fallen down
Great.
and wrenched out of, you've kind of, in your strength check to stay standing, you've wrenched out of their grasp. So they are now prone at your feet. Okay.
Did the bugbear fall as well? I'm running at him.
The bugbear fell as well.
Yeah, I'm running.
Okay, so the bugbear has literally fallen bum over tea kettle, and and kind of spilled and is like splay-legged out, looking befuddled. And
How much damage would a masterwork tea kettle
so
do? lot,
let's
right?
see.
200.
Fire damage?
The gnolls are prone, so they are going to struggle to their feet and move away and try to avoid an opportunity attack. But Shipwreck, you are up.
So, normally under these circumstances, I would cast a spell, do something extremely heroic, but we've just had 2 different people donate money to see me dance. So instead, Shipwreck and I will both simply dance.
Yeah.
Sprinkler.
For the kids.
Sprinkler.
Rodney Thompson, everyone.
Really nice thing. That's what I got.
Who gave us the money? What was their name?
I got one from-
Michael was
Michael.
the second one. Yep.
You rock.
Oh,
Michael.
whoa.
Sorry about that, Rodney.
What?
The other one I made up.
Greg, you're my enemy.
They were totally.
See,
not made
Alyssa,
up.
Greg is the mean one.
It turns out the knoll that was dancing with you was named Greg.
Greg the Knoll.
Now is your chance
Yeah.
to take some revenge.
Greg the Knoll.
Greg
No,
is
I-
a very
I use my
traditional-
action to
You use
dance.
your action to dance.
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
great. Manchar.
That's what 2 donations gets you.
You rolled a
Greg,
19. You danced.
all right, excuse me.
really
Shipwreck
well.
has just
he did.
in celebration over remaining standing has done a victory touchdown dance
Yeah.
in the middle of this party, and
I
you're up.
expect there will be an animated GIF of that dance on the internet.
Oh, you're on Twitch chat. Animated GIF.
Make it happen.
See, that's how you raise money for the kids.
Yeah, it is.
Did I see the
I'm the next
ogre, half ogre,
Yes,
go after him?
the half ogre.
I'm dancing with the ogre.
Yeah, so it was the.
Dance of
The
steel.
dratch.
Sorry,
No, the
right.
dretch expelled the fetid cloud,
Uh-huh.
and the the orog was the one that went after Peaches.
I think I'm gonna go after the fetid cloud guy.
Okay, the dretch. Yeah.
Gonna shoot out a couple
Ooh,
of
I
eldritch
lied about
blasts
the range
at
on
him.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blast that thing.
The range is 120. The effect is, or the wall's only
A
50.
18 and 27
Ooh, that's gonna hit.
for 8 points, and then another 13 points.
So,
Exactly.
what happens is that
Oh,
the
gosh, I need food.
so you went after the dretch. So, oh come on, where's my sheet? Sheet. All right. The oh Lord, sorry guys, I'll find it.
Ronnie,
There's
dance
so
some more.
many people on this dance floor right now. I don't even know. All right, so here we go. It was right in front of me. So the dretch is going to take. So it was 12 and how much?
It was 8 and 13.
8 and 13. Okay, so. So when I did, woo, 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 I was right. Woo, 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 woo. And
Zoidberg?
the dredge just
Why not Zoidberg?
kind of goes and just falls down, kind of like in a bear rug posture on
Nice.
the floor of this cavern.
What'd you do to him?
Splorch.
And
Dragon
this
blast.
green ooze starts to kind of like ooze out of its mouth and run onto the floor, almost with a movement of its own.
Super gross.
What?
What does it
Jetty,
mean?
jetty.
Attack the ooze.
At this point, the bugbear is still on his backside,
I'm running at him.
and you're running at him. And before, so as you run at him, and are getting close to the bugbear, out of like shimmering out of nothingness, essentially, is a pick comes swinging at you.
Whoa. I dodge it with my reflexes. Right?
All right.
Dodge it with your static AC.
15 versus AC?
Tie goes to me? No?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Aw.
Yeah, 15.
Okay, so
Ow.
I didn't even have to use my surprise. All right, but
Unless-
thank you, Nathan, for
unless-
granting me.
What?
Timely fumble. Damn, you just rolled a 1.
All right, well, Nathan has so lovingly granted me surprise
What?
on one of my key monsters in this encounter.
I really want to overcome Nathan's thing, though.
So then
And
I
that's
think
going to
she's-
It's gonna be an additional-
even higher.
Oh! Sorry, bro.
And
Wait, that's
so
your
this
line.
pick comes swinging out at you.
it's infecting the
And
Yes, it is.
Slowly moving its
I've
way
almost
down.
said bro like
you're going to
five
take 4
times.
piercing damage.
contagious.
Pete.
Four?
That's not-
4.
not
You're very
too bad.
heroic.
It could have been way more.
Okay, and
I'm full of holes. I'm covered in blood.
shimmering into view comes this small gnome with big ears.
I knew those
And
gnomes
he's got a
couldn't be
pick
trusted.
in his hand. He's not a Svirfneblin.
Okay.
And
that makes
he's
it
got
worse.
that green
Yeah.
goo is oozing from his ears,
Oh.
like gooey wax,
Gross.
just dropping down, and it's actually made little puddles on
Ah.
his shoulders.
Clean that out.
And after he swung at you, he says, now you're ruining the party.
Okay, mister, where are you at? Or Mrs.
So he is standing
Equal.
between you and the bugbear. So he's up on that kind of that rise.
I'm talking to the voice that's
Oh, you're
speaking
talking
to
to-
me. Like
Okay.
the
Oh, he is
everywhere voice.
no, it's actually just this gnome that's speaking to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it seems like both the gnome
something's
and the
controlling
bugbear is.
Everybody.
Yeah.
This gnome, you're so close. I mean, you're essentially almost face to face. His eyes are very alert, pointed. They have a spark in them.
And the what?
They have a spark of cunning.
This gnome?
Maybe he's in charge.
So,
Not enchanted, even though he's good.
okay.
We really got to figure out the secret of the ooze.
Yeah.
That's what I should have called this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what? Yeah. Where are you? Ooze man? Woman?
Axe.
Where am
Ding.
I? Am here. There is none other. I am here. Do not understand.
Oh, good. Axe.
Yeah. Okay. Attack.
All right. So
Thank you for clearly identifying yourself. Murder.
the
Actually, I think if you didn't fumble, he would have messed you up pretty bad.
Yeah, that might have been.
Could have been bad.
now that he has appeared, the bugbear behind him has kind of gone limp, like he's
Oh. Unconscious?
not unconscious, just that alert voice, and that kind of that purpose has left him, and he's kind of just slumped,
Okay.
staring.
So he's a puppet without his strings.
He's no longer having had direct control, assumed.
Okay. He bugged out. That work?
He oozed out.
He bugbeared out? That works.
And so
Thanks for the save.
now, once he says, there is none other, you have ruined all our preparations, our good plans to carry this banquet deeper into the Underdark.
You ruined our wedding. My friend's wedding.
A wedding.
So I know not what of you speak.
My very good friend's wedding.
Give me back the spoon, and we'll leave your party alone.
In the background, I'm Art just taking the spoon off the bugbear. I'm like,
All right, make me a stealth check.
okay.
I'm distracting him.
I'm just axing people.
21.
21. Okay, so you are able to
Stealth I'm pretty good at.
stealthily
This-
remove this spoon as this gnome is speaking to Peaches. He
Yoinks.
he speaks. Well, you've ruined this one, but at least I can leave you with a parting gift.
I don't want it.
Alas, this is not your choice. All of this is orchestrated by those even larger than I.
Like in
Humans,
size?
I guess.
Or I know.
Everyone
Dwarves.
except Owlman.
Basically not other
But you
gnomes.
know
Yeah,
not
you're
my
pretty
true
small,
form.
guy.
And as he starts kind of stepping back away from Peaches, his shape sort of changes. It's almost like all of his skin ripples and
Gosh.
forms something not quite solid.
like a sentient gelatinous cube.
Dun, dun, dun.
Really?
And
Does his
With
hair
a-
turn yellow?
With a jaunty hat.
right, so that green ooze kind of starts running quicker out of his ears, and his whole face just kind of caves in and melts
Ugh.
into this ooze, and there's no mouth by which to speak anymore. He's melted. He says, "My lord awaits. We will brew a banquet elsewhere," and he rises up in like a wave and then flows over the bugbear and deeper into the tunnel beyond.
You got the spoon, right?
I got the spoon.
All right, that's all I care about.
Yes,
I really do feel like we might have foiled some like deep, dark machinations completely by accident. Because
Yeah.
we were here coming after a spoon.
A spoon, yeah.
Yeah.
As he boils away, and this voice that you all hear in your heads collectively, as it fades off into the darkness, it's very quiet. There was this din before, right? There's scurrying and all of these creatures were making various noises in their movements around. Now you could hear a spoon drop.
Nice.
Okay.
I do what I can.
That was good. That was real good.
And in the
Did the
hall,
spoon drop?
it's quiet, still, fetid and almost suffocating in the space. And what happens is the half ogre that you had taken pretty badly bloodied just kind of tips over, just like a tree felling, tips over and falls into the bandits that kind of come up behind him.
Splorch.
And when that happens, he knocks down the biggest looking bandit that was of the party.
Success.
And they look at him, and then one of them raises his sword and sings out a battle cry. "Ah!" And chaos erupts. Bandits fighting Littles for Sneblin out of this boiling pit. Mores for Sneblin, their bald gray heads bobbing up out of the green ooze. They come clawing out, wild-eyed and with their little daggers, and they're all like stabbing at everyone's knees.
Get back.
The gnolls have turned on each other and are knocking and grappling with each other and making snapping dog like at each other. And you are all kind of surrounded by this din, and on the other side of this chaos is the exit. So, I want to hear kind of all your plan. I'd like to hear a kind of a cunning plan from each of you to how to extricate yourselves out of this mess.
Wind wall?
It's not bad.
I could just shadow dance out of here with the spoon, leaving
Yeah.
you all to your fate.
Yeah, I think you're out of there.
I could turn one of you invisible before I leave.
I have a flower axe that needs to be buried into all of these people, so.
So you're just gonna go swinging around?
Yeah.
I could turn
Cutting
myself invisible
Yeah.
before.
There's a lot of punching and kicking and axing and.
All right, roll me a d20. And you have, you can add your attack bonus that you normally use with your axe.
20!
Whoa!
Boom.
All right, so you're gonna kind of handily start cutting a swath through
Yep.
all of these creatures.
Pretty much.
Some of those Svirfneblin have just resorted to running in circles, and they've taken their shields, and they're so bleary-eyed. They're putting them over their heads and running through, trying to protect themselves and running into the darkness.
A little whack-a-mole.
The bugbear behind you is just slicked with ooze and just laying there, essentially in a coma. And you shadow dance.
Chaotic
out.
good.
Yep.
So I'm going to shadow dance to a higher spot where no one can reach me, and then I'm going to shoot bad guys so that my friends can escape.
Okay.
That's my plan.
That's all right.
All
That's
right.
good.
All right. So
Yeah, covering fire.
Would you like me to make some kind of check
yeah,
to see
so
how effective that
here's
is?
what I want you to do. I have 1,
haven't had an opportunity to.
Let's see.
But what is it gonna do?
I want
Wind
you to
wall,
make
critical?
4 attack rolls,
Do
please.
something weird all the time, man.
Okay. Done.
Peaches.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Peaches, what are...
I think I'm gonna shoot out a lightning bolt in front of me,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna take an extra attack
Jeez,
and make a
collateral
wind wall in front of me. And then I'm just going to critically success on my lightning bolt. Thanks to Rodney Thompson and his donation.
I felt bad because Jordan didn't get any special perks, so
I did
in one of
not,
the breaks I was just like, dude.
Yeah, I got a sweet critical
I
success.
like how it was at the table. You're like, oh, you know what? Use this to save me.
I don't think it counts as cheating when it's for charity.
No, that's true. That's true.
So
It's
with the lightning
not
bolt in
cheating,
front of me,
it's
it's just a
fair.
5-foot thing, 100 feet in front,
Okay.
and it does a lot of damage.
Blam.
And it's complete destruction.
Yeah. Let's see, 10, 13, 18, 24, 29.
Okay.
Oh my
Plus-
god.
While you're doing
Wait,
this,
what?
out of the other boiling pots come 3 giant goats that are like madly, and they start bowling over some of the fighting creatures that are happening.
Space.
Out of the
Um,
boiling pots.
Yeah,
So they were being cooked and now they're escaping?
Yes.
Extra dimensional.
That's terrifying.
And right near you, Peaches, Manchar is right nearby. A group of giant weasels comes out of this pot.
geez.
Something like that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm directing my attack that way.
Weasels and gnomes are natural.
Well, they're pretty close to
They're
squirrels,
so close
right?
to squirrels. They're basically squirrels.
All right. So you're just lighting them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
For 40 damage.
All right.
40.
40 lightning damage.
Manchar is basically half dragon, so
Right.
he will cast fly at himself and take off over all of this rigmarole that you guys are dealing with.
So like
So you're not
an
burning
action
anything, you're just
movie,
flying away. You're like, see you guys.
barreling on the end of flame and wind. The 5 of you kind of explode out and hang in midair for a moment.
Yeah,
I like that image.
Freeze
Over
frame.
this band. You're able to make, but it's interesting, the creatures behind almost don't even pay any mind. There are some weasels chasing after you
No, they're
back
dead.
down the hall,
They are
back
dead.
down the tunnel.
40
But there is a
damage.
very grateful Smiley waiting for you
Yay.
patiently
Ow.
in the forest.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end.
Yay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for running.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. I want to say a big thanks to all our audience, all those of you that have donated. There are many more hours of fun play ahead, and I hope you'll consider, if you haven't donated already, please make a donation so that we can help the Children's Miracle Network. Thanks everybody who stayed up so late to watch us play. It was a pretty fun time, and until next time, I guess.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you. Great job, Twitch chat. We
Hey,
need
Sean.
an
Still
outro,
live?
Sean.
Sean?
Vampa, 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 vamp, 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 vamp.
You rock, Twitch.
Da, da, da,
You
da,
paid
da,
for
da,
this
da, da.
dancing.
$25.
$25 right here.
That's all it takes.
I like your fancy monsters.
Yes, they're festive.
Are we good?
All right, so it's a little late for us.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Alyssa's struggling a bit.
Not really.
No, you weren't just completely wandering around behind the desk.
Not at all.
No. Or trying to look at the Twitch site to find out our donation total as opposed to Extra Life.
Yeah, I'm having some issues.
Yeah. Fortunately, there is respite ahead
Yes.
for you. And so I'll be kind of tackling things on my own a bit during the next session. Not reflecting at all on her endurance
Yeah.
and durability and...
We'll see what he has to say.
All right. What does that even mean? All right. We have a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go into it too much because we've got, well, actually, okay, I'm going to go into a bunch because we're doing a big transition. So it's all posted to the website. We do have updated donation thresholds. We still have the audiobooks and comic books, mostly at $20. I'd also want to point out the Fells 5, which is at $50, but this thing is a pretty beefy book. Like this is one of the comics that we came out with about 5 years ago, and it is at least what do you think, 200 pages? Probably
Yeah.
200 pages.
And it's pretty
Pretty
well
sizable,
made,
yeah.
too.
So we have some miniatures available as well. We still have Angel Fire, and we're going to be probably bringing a few more online soon. For all of those who are donating $20 or more, we've been sending them good old games, GOG codes, right?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's for the gold box games, the classic Dungeons and Dragons games from the 90s and late 80s. I think it's mostly the 90s. And those are playable on PC and Mac. And those, yes, $20 or more. All right, rambling. Katy, why don't you come on and talk to a little bit about your adventure?
Hello.
Hey.
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Think about it for 24 hours.
Yeah,
Close
maybe
to
maybe
first
less
Yeah.
fast. Oh,
There we go.
Yeah.
I got my mark. Thanks.
Actually, it does go remarkably fast. I remember thinking when I did it last year and the year before, 12 hours, it's already halfway done. It's it's only a quarter way done this time.
Almost there. Oh, wait.
So you you encouraged everybody to come in formal wear.
I did.
Explain a little bit about that. What were you thinking?
I think what really made this adventure lively was the very festive atmosphere, and I wanted, hopefully, the characters, if not the players, to really recognize there was a mirror happening. They were going through the looking glass, and so I wanted to amp up that wedding feel at the beginning too, and the best way was to encourage them to have wedding garb, and I actually offered them a little bonus if they came in wedding garb. They had a bonus they could spend during the encounter.
Awesome.
Yeah. So.
And you seemed like you had a kind of a mix of combat and role playing throughout the session. I
Yeah.
heard it seemed like maybe 4 or 5 different combats. Is that it, right? Or was
Yeah, I mean, it's like little mini one-on-one encounters. But a lot of that was due to just how the players reacted to seeing random bugbear at a wedding and that sort of thing. So, but I did try to make it kind of loose. Really, the madness plays into this, that it makes that kind of easy, that there's this strange cadre of creatures to encounter.
Yeah.
So.
And your demon lord that you were theming it toward was?
Dreeblex, the faceless lord. So the Pudding King, which was the kind of the last, that gnome that shifted into the ooze, was essentially descending into the Underdark to join Dreeblex there at the end. So.
Very cool. And you kind of have I'm thinking about that article that you wrote a while back that was birthday themed.
Right.
So I feel like there's a party thing that's developing.
Maybe, and I didn't even think about it until after I had written it. But I knew that kind of overall in Out of the Abyss, that there were some things that I could play around, and I love a theme, so. It worked out pretty fun. I do have to give a shout out though to my regular adventure crew, Owlbear Love. If you're out there watching late at night, thank you. They gave me awesome, really great ideas and really fleshed out that end banquet a lot. So
very cool.
big
Did you have a
shout
lot
out
of Did you have a lot of notes on your adventure? Did you just kind of wing it?
I did. I'm a note taker. I'm a list person. I had printouts, I had little flashcards, I had lots of things that I could try to draw on, but so maybe over prepared is where I tend to land, but I do bring a lot of notes with
I
me.
wrote like a 5,000 word adventure for mine, so I am right there with you.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, it was
Exciting.
one of my donation thresholds, so I was
Fair
going to
enough,
provide that
yeah.
to people. If you have any of those notes that you want to leave with us, we'll post them, and maybe people can check them out. If
Okay.
you're not, if you don't want, that's okay. too.
Sure. I've got some flowcharts you can take a look at.
That's awesome.
And I can leave my little straw characters for you if you want those.
That'd be
so.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Cool.
great. Thank you so much for joining us for Extra Life and
Yeah.
giving your time to do this. It seems like it went really well, and maybe we'll have it back next year.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so
Donate to
much.
Extra Life.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye, thank you.
Okay, so we actually just have one additional item this hour, which is one of the Rage of Demons White Dracolich miniatures by Gale Force 9. Wait, Gale Force 9, right? This is not a WizKids one, I believe.
I don't think it's.
Yeah. No, it is WizKids.
Oh, it
Sorry.
is. Yep.
They have Gale Force 9 has a Dracolich as well. So this is a painted one. We only have one of these, and so this is kind of like a Dracolich in flight, which is pretty cool. The donation level for this one is going to be $50. So $50 nets you this. Just kind of a note on what we're doing here for anybody who might have tuned in more recently. We're doing a 48-hour stream of Dungeons & Dragons. This is all to benefit Children's Miracle Network through Extra Life. Extra Life is something we've done a couple of years now. It's a great organization that helps provide financial support to the families of children being treated at the hospitals, as well as providing those valuable funds to help research cancer, cystic fibrosis, and other terrible diseases afflicting kids. So all of that money is going directly to them. Extra Life doesn't take any of it, so it's just all 100% charity. And we appreciate your donations. It looks like our camera guy is not at the camera, so we're just going to keep talking. Other things, we had quite a few donations this last hour. I feel like it got a second or third wind in our charity
we actually got quite a
efforts.
bit. It was pretty great. Just kind of picked up in the last little bit. Thank you to all of you who did donate in the last hour. I know all of you have been up pretty late, so thanks for bearing with us.
Unless you're in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Or the East Coast now. I guess the East Coast is just going to be tuning in. So if any of you are just waking up, welcome. We're about a little over a quarter of the way done. A long way to go, but we are excited, and we've got a whole new group coming on, and we will be going to them very shortly. So thank you all.
What we wanted to do with the Demon Lords is take them and look at those original pieces of lore. I mean, generally what our process is, we go back to the beginning. We know there's a 40-year history of D&D. We don't try to take it all at once and absorb it once. We go, what was the original spark of creation? What was the original thing that people looked at and said, this is really cool. I really want to include Orcus in my campaign, or make him the big bad villain, or write up my campaign what the Cult of Orcus looks like, things like that.
So we basically took each one and kind of looked at what we could play with and what we couldn't play with. So there's certain hallmarks to, say, Demogorgon. And Demogorgon has two heads. It has these weird bifurcated tentacle arms. He has like a poisonous spiky type thing on his tail. So he has these types of hallmarks that are like, we can't change those. But besides that, it was sort of like, well, let's do a new take on them, but through a different lens.
We really wanted to think of it and say, you know what would a rational person want from a demon lord? So we had some of these ideas, like you take some like Orcus, like, well, he's a demon prince of undeath. He wants to kill everything and make it undead. What rational person would worship that or follow him? Or things like Demogorgon, where it's just like the pure rage. Like if you want strength and power, unlock that madness within you and just destroy everything that stands in front of you. I will give you that strength, or we, because Demogorgon's got his two heads.
Other demon lords have other things, like Frazerblu, who is the demon lord of illusions. He kind of lives in self-delusion. He's like the ultimate method actor. He can become so he can disguise himself to look like somebody else, but becomes so swept up in the part that he forgets who he actually is. And so that's kind of fun. But then those who suffer from his brand of madness also begin to forget themselves or take on new identities and assume that they're someone they're not.
It's kind of like what demons do is turn up the volume of the chaotic nature of ourselves. Everybody's got narcissism, everybody's got greed, everybody's got envy, everybody's got jealousy and paranoia and wickedness in them. But when you go down into the Underdark and you face this stuff, all of a sudden those dials get turned up, and that's the effect that each of the demon lords has. Each of the demon lords sort of claims a certain area of that negative space. And when you get into the presence of that demon lord, that volume is turned way up. And if you're not a hero, if you're not somebody who has, taken time and energy and power to study that and to ground yourself, you'll flip out and you will just all of a sudden become extremely paranoid or extremely schizophrenic. Your personality will split. But a hero will face that and find some way to overcome it within their character. And that's kind of what the demon lords do.